the white car number 1, ex-new track record holder, C.J. Rayburn. Outside front row, another car number 1, this one the black number 1 Corvette of Kenny St. John. Row number 2 on the inside, third fastest qualifier, PH5, Ray Bray. And outside the second row, car number 87, Charlie Reichmuth. In row number 3, car number 12 on the inside, Wayne Arnold. Outside the third row, 99, Steve Ellis. In row number 4, 0 is Lonnie Breedlove. And car number 31, starting in 8th position, is Bob Fields. The 5th row, the white number 1R of Royce Johnson on the inside, and 88, Ronnie Blankenbaker on the outside, 10th starting position. The final 8 spots were determined based upon finishes in the semi-features. Starting 11th, number T3, Bob Coffey. 12th starting position, 21S, Jim Spears. In the 7th row, 70, Ernie Barrow, and 57, Jerry Reynolds. In row number 8, Lenny Green in 25G. Number 99 is Darwin Blankenship. And in the 9th and final row, car number 69, Dave Lewis, and number 2, Terry Cater. 18 cars going from 100 laps, and quite a field of machines it is. Beautiful racing equipment on the racetrack, prepared to go for the next 100 laps. Most of these drivers representing the Speedrome, but some other tracks represented out there. Jeffersonville Sportsdrome in the person of Charlie Reichmuth, car number 87. He goes 4th. Starting 8th and representing Mount Lawn is Bob Fields. In 10th position from the Sportsdrome, Ronnie Blankenbaker. From Mount Lawn Speedway in 12th spot is 21S, Jim Spears from Paragon, Indiana. And turning in a superb drive in his semi-feature, car number 70, Ernie Barrow, and Ernie starts 13th. Going from 14th starting position is car number 57, Jerry Reynolds. And car number 99, Darwin Blankenship from Mount Lawn, starts 16th. And starting on the tail, car number 2, Terry Cater from Mount Lawn. Well, Danny Bogard, what are you looking forward to in the next 100 laps? What do you think we should be keeping our eyes on?
Well, Rob, I'm going to call this one like I did the semi. The qualifying times were so close between these 18 cars that I think we're going to see a winner come from the middle of the pack, or even maybe in one of the back rows. Again, it's going to be breaks of the game. C.J. Rayburn is definitely running quicker than anybody from a qualifying speed standpoint, but you got an awful lot of talent here. These guys are all short track artists, so I think it can be anybody's show from this point on.
Again, row number 1 is C.J. Rayburn and Kenny St. John. 1X is car number 1. The second row, PH5, Ray Bray, 87, Charlie Reichmuth. In row 3, car number 12, Wayne Arnold, 99, Steve Ellis. The fourth row, 0, Lonnie Breedlove, and 31, Bob Fields. In row number 5, Royce Johnson, and 1R88 is Ronnie Blankenbaker. In the 6th row, Bob Coffey in T3, and 21S, Jim Spears. In row number 7, 70, Ernie Barrow, 57, Jerry Reynolds. The 8th row, 25, Lenny Green, 99, Darwin Blankenship, and in row number 9, 69, Dave Lewis, and car number 2, Terry Cater. 3 of the machines, in fact, that you'll want to watch for to move up through the pack. Car number 21, Jim Spears, number 70, dirt track ace Ernie Barrow, and car number 2, Terry Cater. And I'm especially anxious, Danny, to see how Cater does as he fights his way through the back of the pack, because that young man looks super strong in his semi-feature. And already C.J. Rayburn, your pole sitter, hard on the throttle in the middle of turn number 3, almost looped it. Your new track record holder in car number 1X almost got out of shape trying to outguess Kenny St. John.
Well, he did get out of shape. He got out of shape hard, and he got into Kenny St. John. And there's a lot of sheet metal damage to the left side of the car, as you can see, Rob, as they get down the backstretch.
C.J. Rayburn's going to have to show a little more restraint this time coming off turn number 4, and again we go yellow. Let's see what happens comes this time out of turn number 4. There's the green flag. It's Rayburn, St. John, Bray, Wright, Muse, and Arnold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as they complete lap number 1.
Rob, I don't know if C.J. Rayburn had some problems when he got against Kenny St. John or not, but he's definitely having some handling problems already in this race. He's going down the straightaways hard, but literally stopping in the corners. He's got a lot of front influence if he gets in hard. So this could be one interesting race.
I think part of his problem, Danny, might be the fact that the tires are still cold and not really scrubbed in. We're seeing a little bit of sprinkles, moisture out there on the racing surface to keep the tires from getting warm and make things awfully slippery out there for a while.
True, and in the earlier races, especially in some of the B-class races, we've had quite a bit of moisture dumped on the racetrack, and that moisture is going to have a much more severe adverse effect on these cars than it did on the B-class cars.
Already up to 3rd position from his 5th starting spot. Car number 12, Wayne Arnold, and Wayne obviously moving much better in this one than he did in the B feature. Darwin Blankenship off the track and into the infield, car number 99. Short-lived event for that machine. Corvette just cruising around very slowly in the infield area, but that's going to be it for Darwin. Your leader is still C.J. Rayburn in 1X, Kenny St. John 2nd in the black number 1, and Wayne Arnold 3rd in the orange car number 12. 4th is Ray Bray in PH5. 5th is 87 Charlie Wright-Muse. 6th is number 0 Lonnie Breedlove, and Breedlove running smoother than we've seen him go in that car on this track this season. 7th is Bob Fields at 31. Riding 8th is Steve Ellison, number 99. 9th is number 1 Royce Johnson, and rounding out the top 10 is 88 Ronnie Blankenbaker.
Bob, I think we're in for an interesting show from this point on, and that C.J. Rayburn is already starting to lap. He's got a lot of pressure on him from behind him, Kenny St. John and Wayne Arnold, and as we well know from watching C.J. run, he's not the most patient person in the world. He's got pressure back there. He's going to make some moves, and this could get real exciting.
Wayne Arnold makes the move. In fact, he gets around Kenny St. John for 2nd position. Well, look at them bump into one another. Rayburn trying to hustle his way around Bob Coffey on the inside of the racetrack, and now he almost gets into Wayne Arnold in car number 12. Rayburn now gets around Coffey, as does St. John and Wayne Arnold, and they'll continue to run that way. 13 laps complete, still a long way to go. Things really beginning to string out. Your 3 front runners obviously head and shoulders above the rest of the pack at this juncture in the race. It's Rayburn, St. John, and Arnold. Then a good distance back to the 4th place car of Ray Bray. And now moving up to 5th is Lonnie Breedlove in number 0. Breedlove looking good. 6th is 87 Charlie Wright-Muse. 7th is Bob Fields in 31. 8th is Steve Ellis in car number 99. 9th is now Jim Spears in number 21. And 10th is 88 Ronnie Blankenbaker. And only 10 cars still on the lead lap as we've completed now 16 of 100 laps.
And Rob, there's a prime example of what we were talking about and the lack of patience on C.J. Rayburn's part. As he went into the 3rd turn, he literally just ran the front end underneath Terry Cater and spun him out.
The way Cater's maneuvering around the racetrack, car number 2, he is not happy with what happened, but that may be it for Terry Cater. Belching smoke in car number 2, and he pulls to a stop in the infield, as does Jerry Reynolds at 57. Right together on the racetrack. Kenny St. John really working the controls hard on car number 12. He continues to try to put pressure on C.J. Rayburn. Ray Bray is 4th in car number 5, PH5. 5th is 0 Lonnie Breedlove. And Breedlove now alongside and around Ray Bray. Lonnie now into 4th position. Charlie Wright-Muse trying to get around Bray for 5th. And he does so. Ray drops to 6th. 7th is Bob Fields. 8th is car number 99, Steve Ellis. And 9th is 21, Jim Spears.
And Rob, Charlie like Billy Simmons we talked about earlier, the picture of patience. Just takes his time, picks them off one by one. This is a long race. We're not even a fourth of the way into it yet. I think you can watch for some good things out of Charlie Reichmuth coming up from the back.
Kenny St. John and Wayne Arnold still pursuing C.J. Rayburn. I'm not certain whether or not they could really make a challenge or if they're just being patient, waiting till later on in the race to try to make a move. They're very sharp, cagey racers, and I would have to guess that that's exactly what they're doing. They're simply keeping C.J. within close contact with a hope for later in the race move. On the tail of car number 88, the 10th place car, Ronnie Blankenbaker. Last machine on the lead lap. Rayburn now alongside and easily around Blankenbaker as he makes plenty of room for your three front runners. Gentlemanly gesture on the part of Ronnie Blankenbaker. And your three front runners now in very, very heavy traffic on the race course. And it could get interesting here. Watch C.J. Rayburn trying to get around Dave Lewis and Bob Coffey. St. John has moved right up on his back bumper now. Kenny St. John alongside C.J. Rayburn, but he has to get back out of the throttle as Dave Lewis is right in front of him. There for just a split second, I thought we were going to see a lead change. Kenny St. John had moved in right alongside C.J. Rayburn and was on the low side, the quick wear around the racetrack. But suddenly he found right in front of him car number 69, Dave Lewis, and it forced St. John to get on the binder. C.J. Rayburn, track record holder, continues to set the pace in the white car number 1X as he now has completed a third of this race.
Rob, I think you hit it on the head. I think we're seeing some strategy take place here. And Kenny St. John and Wayne Arnold, I believe, are running just as fast, and maybe not a little faster, than C.J. Rayburn. They're just keeping him in striking distance, putting all the pressure on him. Leading a race is hard on you. Psychologically and physically, it's tough, and I think that's what they're doing, is they're letting him take the strain. Get up around 80, 85 laps, you're going to see some changes if they're still running in these positions at that point.
Those leaders now have their work cut out for them, Danny, because right in front loom the machines of Jim Spears, Ray Bray, Lenny Green, and Steve Ellis. Watch now as Wayne Arnold is moved beside and now around car number 1, Kenny St. John, and into that second position. He's the nearest pursuer for C.J. Rayburn, and he's now right in behind Rayburn. Arnold now alongside Rayburn. No place to go for Wayne. Jim Spears swung to the wide side of the racetrack. And for the second time, C.J. Rayburn outsmarted his challengers and made the right choice on the course of action to get around a lapped automobile. And now look at the time he's able to make on your second and third place cars as he went very quickly and easily by Ray Bray. And unfortunately for Wayne Arnold and Kenny St. John have not been able to get around him that fast. Now right in front of C.J. Rayburn, car number 69, Dave Lewis, and number 99, Steve Ellis. It almost looked, Danny, as if Ray Bray were running interference for C.J. Rayburn, and he was running about 3/4 of a group up from the tires. No place for Arnold to go by low, and very hard for him to get by on the high side.
Right, Rob, and I think that's probably the case, and I'm not sure that there's anything wrong with that. That's part of racing. He wasn't doing anything but just using up all the racetrack that he could, and that's part of it.
Absolutely. But now Rayburn has gotten by Bray, and so has Wayne Arnold. And Arnold, again, right on the tail of the white car number 1. Now it's Kenny St. John who's having trouble getting by Ray Bray. Underneath him now, coming through 3 and 4, St. John gets around Ray Bray, and let's see if he too is able to close on your front runners. Once Arnold got past Bray, it didn't take him long to catch C.J. Rayburn. Let's see what happens with St. John. He's now about a straightaway back. Your two front runners have their stiffest challenge to date in front of them, and that's Steve Ellis. Rayburn trying to get around Ellis on the tires in turn number 1. Now he gets by. And Ellis now, again, separating your two front runners. And Wayne Arnold having an easier time of getting by him than did C.J. Rayburn. C.J. did get around, however, and continues to set the pace with Arnold second, St. John third. Fourth is Zero, Lonnie Breedlove. Fifth is car number 87, Charlie Reichmuth. And sixth, I believe, is Bob Fields in car number 31. And the only machine that remains on the lead lap. And now we have your leaders side by side. Let's see if Rayburn made the right choice. He got behind Lewis. And again, it looked like Royce Johnson that time was serving as interference. Well, it's making for some interesting racing, Danny. A lot of times in this outlaw competition, we'll have some cars on the track that are definitely slower. Tonight, however, a full field of super quick race cars, and you got to literally race around somebody. You can't simply wait on a slower car to provide interference and give you a chance to get by. And it looks like so far, C.J. Rayburn has made all the right guesses in passing slower race cars.
Rob, that's true, and I have to think after watching this for the last few laps that Wayne definitely at this point has the faster of the two cars because of interference or whatever you want to call it. You know, he seems to lose 5 or 6 car lengths maybe, and then all of a sudden he breaks in the open and he's gone again, and he's caught right back up to CJ. So I think we can safely say Wayne has the faster car and is more or less toying with CJ at this point in time.
Well, Rayburn, you've got to give him credit, although he's been close to having trouble on a couple of occasions. He's kept that new Camaro under control and continues to set the pace. He's now right behind Bob Fields. And Bob Fields is in 5th position, 6th position right now, and on the lead lap. But that shortly, very easily could change as Rayburn and Arnold will endeavor to put Bob Fields' orange Camaro car number 31 a lap down.
What we're seeing here, I think, is more or less a replay of last Friday night, and that there was some discussion that C.J. Rayburn got into Bob Fields, even though he was 2 or 3 laps down and tried everything he could to spin Bob Fields. And I tell you, there's a lot of talent in the driver of that car number 31, and this could be very interesting because C.J. has hit him 2 or 3 times now, and Fields is not going to be parked this week like he almost was last week. And in fact, he has the talent to literally park C.J., and this could be an interesting race from this point on here.
Well, as Rayburn works on Fields, watch Arnold work on Rayburn. This has just been some super racing action. We've now completed 61 laps. Rayburn wants to get around Fields, but he doesn't want to make the mistake of going to the wrong side and letting Wayne Arnold get by. And now Jim Spears spins in turn 3. Car number 21 is spun, and it continues to be Rayburn, your leader, Arnold second. And Bob Fields, although he is not a lap down, is definitely not quite as quick as those 2 front runners, but it has taken him nearly 60 laps to even catch the man.
Well, Rob, I'll tell you, Bob Fields knows exactly what he's doing. I can guarantee you that, and I don't think you're going to see CJ make too many dastardly moves on him because, like I say, Bob Fields has the talent to park both of them if he wants to, and I think C.J. Rayburn knows that and is being a little bit careful about what he does with Bob Fields this week.
And again, Rayburn and Arnold get together. Rayburn is airborne, spins in turn number 3, and right around him goes Wayne Arnold to take the lead in car number 12. In the second position goes Kenny St. John. Third now is car number 0, Lonnie Breedlove. Fourth is 87, Charlie Reichmuth. And that certainly shook things up, Danny.
Rob, it did, and I tell you, at the risk of sounding like a know-it-all, I think I could have almost have called that very situation. You know, it was inevitable, it was going to happen, and I have to say, from an ex-racer standpoint, really, that's not racing. CJ went in the corner under him. He didn't have enough room to get by him on the inside and literally drove into him. Bob Fields did nothing more than maintain a groove as they went into the corner. It was his racetrack. He was in front. CJ ran over him. And when he got into him, what's happened, from a technical standpoint as a driver is when he got into him, Bob Fields has stood on the brakes. And that's about all he could do at that point without letting CJ take him out.
Looks like some damage to the left side of car number 31, Bob Fields. Well, here's your lineup now, at least the running order. The leader, of course, Wayne Arnold in car number 12. Second position, the black Corvette number 1 of Kenny St. John. Third is 0, Lonnie Breedlove. Fourth is 87, Charlie Reichmuth. Fifth is 31, Bob Fields. Those 5 cars on the lead lap. In 6th position, a lap down, 99, Steve Ellis. In 7th, a lap down, PH5, Ray Bray. And in 8th, also a lap down, 1X, CJ Rayburn.
You know, Rob, I think probably the most interesting ride we've seen here tonight so far, and you may have to brief me on this because I'm not up to date with these fellows like you are, but is Lonnie Breedlove, who's now in 3rd, and I don't believe he's been out that long with that car. What did he bring out 3 or 4 shows ago and has, you know, literally done well tonight with it?
We saw number 0 appear on the racetrack at about the same time as Steve Ellis's number 99. But Ellis went quicker right out of the box, and he's been the machine that we've really ballyhooed. Tonight, however, Breedlove really has number 0 dialed in and flying and is running in 3rd position. I didn't qualify all that well. He qualified in the top 10, but not in the top 3 or 4. However, he has really looked super in racing trim. In other words, the handling characteristics of that car appear to be extremely good tonight, as probably the Dave Dayton crew and perhaps even Steve Ellis himself have helped Lonnie Breedlove with car number 0. And that machine has become a definite threat in this one, riding in 3rd position. Once again, 2/3 of this race complete, 66 laps down, 34 to go. Nobody separating your 3 front runners now. 4th place car of Charlie Reichmuth must get by Royce Johnson and Steve Ellis if he's to have a shot at the lead. And right now, Danny Bogard, Wayne Arnold's number 12 looks invincible. He is flying around the racetrack, and Kenny St. John driving it sideways about half the time just to keep pace.
Right, Rob, and I think everything's going copacetic with Wayne Arnold. I don't think he can be touched if he finishes. Kenny St. John's running strong, but his chassis's not working near as well as Wayne's. Like you say, he's getting sideways coming off the corners. Wayne can literally go anywhere on the racetrack he wants to at a very rapid pace. So looks pretty good for Wayne Arnold right now.
Track record holder who set the pace in the early going and pulled to a stop in the infield.
You know, Rob, I have to kind of laugh as Wayne Arnold went around C.J. Rayburn that time, or come up behind him. He more or less gave him a little bit of his own medicine going through 3 and 4. You know, he's kind of beating and banging and saying, hey, I'm here, get out of my way. And he not only got out of the way, he just pulled clear out of the race.
Of this race complete now. is true. And I think both Wayne Arnold and Kenny St. John in the early stages of this race may have been able to provide stiffer challenges for C.J. Rayburn, but sensing that perhaps there might be some problem in a full 100-lap event, they were simply patient and waited for the right opportunity, and it finally came.
And Rob, as we watch him come out of turn number 4, we see that Lonnie Breedlove has gotten around Kenny St. John and moved into second place. And Charlie Reichmuth is still biding his time and sitting back there like Mr. Gentleman and just waiting for something to happen.
Lonnie Breedlove, car number 0, has become the story of the evening as he rides in second position. Looking very strong as he endeavors to put Bob Coffey another lap down. And Kenny St. John is struggling a bit in the black Corvette car number 1. Charlie Reichmuth is beginning to close on him. In 5th place, just barely on the lead lap, car number 31, Bob Fields, and Wayne Arnold very shortly will be changing all that, and he does so going into turn number 3. Fields falls a lap down, and as he does, Arnold spins. Here comes Lonnie Breedlove. There's Wayne Arnold. And we've got maybe a new leader. No, Breedlove shifts gears, and 3 cars right together. Lonnie Breedlove now right beside Wayne Arnold, and Lonnie Breedlove takes over the lead. St. John into second. Arnold is now third. And that one little problem sure changed the complexion of things. Wayne Arnold just ran out of racing room as he was trying to pass Bob Fields to put Bob a lap down. And Arnold now has dropped to third, and Lonnie Breedlove in car number 0 is your leader with 85 laps complete.
Rob, this can get real interesting from this point on. We've got our 4 lead cars all running together. Lonnie Breedlove first, Kenny St. John in the car number 1 running second, followed by Wayne Arnold, and Charlie Reichmuth is right up there with the leaders now.
Suddenly, Danny, Wayne Arnold wrestling with the controls of car number 12. Well, is it possible that that spin could have flat spotted his tire? What do you think?
Rob, there's a possibility that he did get some flat spots in that spin, but I don't think at this point in time it would really hurt him that much. I think what you're seeing right now is total confidence exuding from Lonnie Breedlove. He's in front, he knows he's in front, and by golly, he's going to be hard to catch.
Well, Bob Fields plays the spoiler tonight on a pair of occasions, first having trouble with C.J. Rayburn, and then Wayne Arnold. Arnold is back around St. John and into second position, and watch him chase Lonnie Breedlove. These last 10 laps, Danny, could really be exciting. Breedlove now preparing to put Bob Coffey a lap down. He's got to hustle. He's got to continue to make time if he's going to be able to hold Wayne Arnold behind him. Arnold is closing.
Rob, I got to tell you, he doesn't appear to be gaining that rapidly on him. I think Lonnie is running about as quick as he is.
Those 2 machines right together, 3rd and 4th, a battle between Kenny St. John and Charlie Reichmuth. And about the only way Wayne Arnold is going to get around Lonnie Breedlove, I believe, is if Breedlove makes a mistake. Now a couple of other machines loom in front of those 2 front runners. Breedlove goes a bit wide, opens the door for Arnold. Wayne, not quite enough race car to take advantage of it.
And we're 6 laps from the end of this race, and it's still Lonnie Breedlove first, Wayne Arnold second, with really no way to get around him.
Breedlove now around Ernie Barrow one more time in car number 70. In front of him, Ray Bray and Royce Johnson. And those 2 drivers could, Danny Bogart, really tell the difference in the line.
Rob, it's going to be a guessing game right now for both Lonnie and Wayne as to which route to take around these cars that they're lapping. And there's your answer.
Well, looks like Lonnie Breedlove guessed wrong. Sensed that he might have a victory in hand. Got into Ray Bray and Wayne Arnold back into the lead in car number 12.
It looked like Lonnie Breedlove pulled a C.J. Rayburn that time coming off before Rob Albright.
Yeah, he sure did. He tucked in very hard to car number 5, Ray Bray. And I think if he had shown a bit more restraint, Wayne Arnold gets the white flag. I think it was just a tactical error on the part of Lonnie Breedlove. He could have won this race, Danny, if he hadn't been quite so impatient.
Rob, I believe you're right. I really believe you're right. And there's a prime example of what happens when...
flag to Wayne Arnold in car number 12. And what an interesting 100 laps it was, Danny Bogard. A couple of lead changes. And Bob Fields playing the spoiler on a couple of occasions. First getting together with C.J. Rayburn, then colliding with Wayne Arnold and making the finish interesting. It was car number 5, Ray Bray, that really proved the ultimate difference, as Zero, Lonnie Breedlove, had taken over the lead and appeared to be cruising to victory when he just simply ran out of patience, ran out of racing room, got into Ray Bray, and gave up the lead. Your top 3 finishers: car number 12, Wayne Arnold, wins it. Second to Zero, Lonnie Breedlove. Third was Kenny St. John in car number 1. That gives the Speedrome then the championship also in the Outlaw division as well as the Street Stock division. Fourth goes to car number 87, Charlie Reitmuth, who was right behind St. John at the finish. And finishing 5th was number 31, Bob Fields.
Rob, I don't know what kind of ballyhoo's going on down there in the 4th turn, but Wayne Arnold just pulled around at turn 4, stopped, took his helmet off, got out, bowed to the crowd in the 4th corner. What's he got going on down there?
You tell me. Maybe we can find out. Al Stilley, maybe you ought to ask Wayne Arnold what he was doing down there, that little war dance in turn number 4. It almost looked like he had just caught a touchdown pass.
Do you fans down there in turn 4, do we have a Wayne Arnold fan club down there coming off of 4? Okay, now we know what's going on.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, your Indiana short track late model champion, Wayne Arnold. Well, Wayne, how many times did you hold your breath in that race?
Well, just one when he spun me, but I seen I come around pretty fast. I didn't see nobody getting around me too quick, so I knew I had a chance, so I just settled down a little bit.
Okay, it looked like you didn't have any trouble at all with the car. Was it giving you any problem at all?
I run A1 up to the last. When he spun me, it got my back tires hot, and he got a little slick in. I had a hard time catching Lonnie, but I knew if I get him in a little traffic, I'd trick him some way.
Okay, now, like you say, you're trailing Lonnie, and what were you thinking? You only had a few laps to go.
Well, I wasn't worrying about the laps. I was worrying about catching him. I got the job done.
Okay, Wayne Arnold, I think that's feature win number 38 here at the Speedrome in 1981. Congratulations. I know you've got a lot of people that help you out.
Well, we got a lot, but I want to ask the fans, how about that one?
Well, racing fans, how about that one? What an exciting finish. So we ended up with 5 cars on the lead lap at the end. The win to car number 12, Wayne Arnold, finishing 2nd. 0, Lonnie Breedlove. 3rd to Kenny St. John. 4th was Charlie Reitmuth in car number 87. And Charlie really the only one of the front runners without any problems. Finishing 5th was Bob Fields in car number 31. Those 5 machines all on the lead lap at the end.